Hello, good afternoon, Dons. This is Mr. Rodriguez, and I want to welcome you to a very special edition of CHTV. I first off want to say I hope everyone's quarantine is going well, and you guys are still hanging in there. I know this is not the end of the school year that any of us envisioned, but we only have about 3 weeks or so left, so just continue to hang in there. I do want to thank everyone for sticking with the show. It's really been a special opportunity for the students of the class and myself to continue to be able to connect with you guys on a weekly basis, and I truly want to thank you for your support. So a little backstory on today's episode. When we all went on quarantine after March 13th, I told my broadcasting students to keep the cameras rolling. I had a feeling that it would be something that would be extending upon beyond 2 weeks, and so I felt that we were just at the beginning of something very historic that the world had never seen before. So naturally, as a filmmaker, I wanted to tell my students, keep rolling, keep shooting footage. So what you're gonna see today is actually the product of 2 students, Matthew Tran and Johnathan Ip, who set out and constructed an amazing documentary that really sums up this time in quarantine and this whole event. Another cool part of this project is that the students were able to get some equipment loaned to them from Sony EDU. So I want to thank Sony EDU for the very generous contribution with camera equipment in order to help make this documentary possible. Okay, so without further ado, I want to present for the first time the premiere of the documentary, directed, filmed, and edited by Matthew Tran and co-produced by Johnathan Ip. It's entitled COVID-19. Let's take a look.
I mean, obviously, if we had, right from the very beginning, shut everything down, it may have been a little bit different, but there was a lot of pushback about shutting things down back then.
Good morning. It's been more than 3 weeks since the governor issued his stay-at-home order here.
The number of patients in intensive care, well, that's nearly tripled.
Being stressful because scary.
Can't really provide for them too much anymore. He was helping out with bills and whatnot.
I think this is new for all of us, and they're doing the best that they can at this point.
Huge safety concern. You can see the data throughout the nation. People are dying. This is super serious, and it's something that we all need to take seriously.
Governor Gavin Newsom says the crisis would be much worse if the state had not taken strong action.
So for us to say we're going to come out with a vaccine on a rapid, quick basis is an unreasonable, unattainable goal.
As we begin this morning, the U.S. now has more than 583,000 cases of the coronavirus.
California has more than 8,500 coronavirus cases.
An emergency room that's become a battle zone.
We've got a lot to get to, including this tug of war over who really does have the authority to reopen the country for business when this pandemic crisis has passed.
One thing that really scares me is about how easily this virus can spread and how people can transmit it very easily. Also at work, one thing that I've been seeing is a lot of people panicking. I think that in this state of emergency, the best thing we can do is stay calm and help one another out as much as possible.
I was working in the clinic and now I have been moved back to the hospital, so it has changed our schedules greatly.
Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to make sure that my mask was on before I started talking. My name is Dr. John S. Kim. I am a family physician, board certified. The virus was first noted to have arisen from a wet market in Wuhan, China, probably due to association with exotic meat trade and bats and other animals. I have a couple of concerns about the current COVID-19 issues. One is that I believe that this infection, similar to many of the zoonotic infections, has a lot of socio-political background.
I'm concerned about the virus spreading too quickly and overwhelming the healthcare system.
Most notably, this is a virus which is very difficult to deal with because it has an asymptomatic transmissible state, which means that before you even have symptoms such as fever, cough, chest pain, difficulty breathing, you may be a carrier and be spreading it to other people.
I do believe California made the right decision to be very proactive. And yes, America could have gotten a little bit ahead in being proactive, but what's done is done. What we could do now is only be extra precautionary and hopefully flatten the curve. If you don't know what flatten the curve means, it basically means we have a limited amount of resources, including healthcare providers, ventilators, beds, just things in the hospital that you need to take care of a sick COVID positive patient. And so when there are too many sick people, it's hard for us to take care of everyone, and that is when things start getting bad.
Hand washing and hygiene are very important things to minimize contact of all different types of viruses.
I'd say my biggest suggestion to the public is to continue with the social distancing, staying home, wash your hands very frequently with soap and water, don't touch your face, and also take care of your mental health. The virus has affected me and my family greatly. My kids are home and they miss their friends, they miss school, they miss their sports.
My name is Judy Dixon. I am the lead here at Cerritos High School Food Services. I am the one that takes care of all the students when we're on a regular schedule and we feed you for snack and lunch. But unfortunately right now we are on lockdown and we are feeding children under the age of 18 and under that are coming curbside service. So we're able to feed them meals on Monday and Wednesday.
Got to see our grab and go lunch operation. It's a federally funded program that's helping those in need, and so everybody that has family members 18 years or younger actually gets a free lunch and breakfast each day. Because we're only open 2 days a week, today you probably saw the operation, we're actually giving out 3 meals, actually 6 meals in one bag to each family member under 18 years of age.
It's affected us. We have a lot of space, so we're a little bit more fortunate, but it's produced a little bit of anxiety because of a lot of it is unknown.
It's been a big change for all of us to understand, and we're just figuring it out as we go along. As long as everybody's staying safe and trying to follow the rules the best they can is the most important part.
Safety first in all that we do, and we want to make sure that all of our students are safe, even above the learning. That is always our top priority.
Online learning has been a humbling experience. I feel like a first-year teacher all over again, trying to plan out my unit, organize the content, practicing my delivery, how I'm going to structure my classroom, but all the while trying to make it as close to my normal classroom routines as possible.
It's kind of difficult when you're not face-to-face to be able to judge exactly what somebody understands, what they don't understand. Normally in a classroom environment, you can ask questions of a student, kind of judge and gauge where they're at, what they get, what they have so far.
This online experience is allowing me to grow as a teacher. I'm learning much more than I normally would. Yes, it's through force, but it's helping me see a different side of teaching.
One of the other big challenges really has just been the fact that some students really need that, the structure of the classroom. They need to be there every single day.
As the days go on, I'm becoming more comfortable with online learning, and I will try to incorporate some of the techniques that I'm using today in my classes next year.
I am loving it. Online school is probably the best thing that could have happened during this time because honestly, AP testing is extremely stressful, but now I get to study for it on my own time. I have time to pick up stuff like guitar. I'm not forced to wake up in the morning, drag myself out of bed when my brain's barely functioning.
So some students have really taken advantage of the online format and just crank out the work, and once they're done, then they get to move on.
I think it just took a bit of time for us to adapt to this new learning environment, and I mean, at least for me, I'm doing much better.
General very hard because it's very slow and very stressful with everybody, including ourselves.
Lifted seats while I was sleeping, and the vision there was
business it's gotten a lot slower due to people not being able to go outside or instructed not to leave the house. And furthermore, like weather-wise, doesn't help much either with the rain coming about, making people not really want to leave even more now.
Right now, I'm applying for jobs as I was laid off due to COVID-19.
50% the customers, they are not coming anymore.
We actually had to cut our hours a little less now, since later in the day, really people aren't going out anymore.
By the flash of the neon light, we split the night and touched the sound of silence. And fools said I could do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words and I might teach you. Touch my hand and I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops.
We're passing out food to people who are unable to get it or just can't afford it. Handing out like food for the community, people, whoever needs them, come over here. Main place is our new location. We're handing out milk, eggs, juice. We're handing out oranges, watermelon, chicken breast, whole chickens, and we also have tomatoes. So come out here. We're over here volunteering. Everybody volunteers, and we're gonna be here till probably like 3 in the afternoon.
It was for me, and the sign said.
Now from Fort Smith.
21-year-old Sean Israel took a hammer and beat this Buddha statue along with a few others here at the temple.
He say the man you see in the red tracksuit used the coronavirus as the motive before attacking a 59-year-old man, allegedly telling the victim to go back to China with the virus.
You know, I can't wait till America sends mad nuke missiles to China, Japan, all of Asia pretty much. They're going to literally eliminate everyone with eyeballs like this. Everyone who looks like this is going to be disintegrated by nuclear substance.
You know, it's upsetting. It's one of those things that you hope that doesn't happen anymore during these times. You know, we've gone really far from that, and I think we've progressed a lot as human beings and as a culture. But unfortunately, we still experience some of that, and even here in Cerritos.
Right. My friend Ronnie Cheng called it the merry-go-round of hate. That it's like the Asians turn down.
We gotta find somebody to hate. Like, it's sad, but America is like this.
Let's stop saying f***ed up jokes. Let's stop having crazy anger, because I've been seeing a lot of Asians get beat up and all that. And it's just like, you know, a lot of people want to look for an excuse. We're like, oh, well, Asians, they be racist towards us and everything. And it's like, you know what? At this moment in life right now, for once, let's all be one race. You know what I'm saying? Let's all be one race, because at the end of the day, in the eyes of God, we are all one. And the more we're nicer to each other, the more we're nicer to each other, the more God will forgive us, and the faster we get cured off this shit.
My concerns are people not taking the proper precautions and the collateral damage that causes.
In Huntington Beach, hundreds of protesters swarming the coast. Officers managing crowds on horseback just 24 hours after California's governor ordered the closure of all beaches in Orange County.
Woo! America, Jack! America!
Everyone is essential!
On the city side, how it's affected us as a city is that we're running through some major financial crisis right now. A lot of businesses around town has been shut down because of this COVID, the mandatory shutdown.
They're not here, and that's a sad, sad thing for me and for them, and I really, really feel terrible for our seniors.
But yeah, there's definitely been positives and negatives to it.
It hasn't been easy to balance work and taking care of my family, but I'm grateful to spend as much time with my 3 little girls and my golden retriever Raven and my husband.
I think it affected them greatly because they're missing a lot of rite of passage experiences. They're missing each other. That's the biggest thing to me, is that camaraderie, that community, the thing that makes you, when you say I'm a Don, you're not a Don individually. Us collectively, we are Dons, and so we're missing that.
do you guys remember me? Yeah. I went here a long time ago. Huh? Thank you. I miss you guys too. Whitney. We love Whitney. I loved your class. Hi. Hi. I love this school. I love this school. Thank you. I love this school. I love all of you guys. You remember me? I had you. I miss this school. This is my favorite school. This is the best school ever. Whitney rocks.